So we've just come from court where Lucy Connolly has been giving evidence now for about 1 hour. It was an incredibly assured and emotional performance, but there were tears. And sitting alongside me in the courtroom, Allison Pearson, Daily Telegraph columnist, and Raymond Connolly, Conservative Councillor and the husband of Lucy Connolly. So Raymond, how do you feel Lucy went in there today?
I think she delivered really well. I can't really fault her under extreme pressure. Adam King got all his points, what he needed to do from her, and I just thought she'd done really, really well, because obviously I spoke to her this morning. She was really nervous, but obviously Lucy has turned it round, and she knows she's fighting for her daughter's life and hers, and she's went out and done everything and as best as she can.
A very difficult moment when she broke down in tears. It was incredibly powerful testimony. How difficult was that for you to watch?
It's tough. It's always tough when she starts talking about Harry. I mean, even talking about it now, it's you just start having flashbacks, and it's awful. It really is. I mean, I know people say you can get over these things, but you just don't. I have to be honest. You just have to live with them. But as I talk to you now, I'm thinking about me in the bedroom with him and all sorts, and then the ambulance come in. So it's just, she'll be going through that as well. She will.
And Alison, the idea of raising what happened to Harry, 19 months old, what wasn't he, Ray, when he died as a result of NHS neglect, was to show very clearly to the judges that Lucy is suffering from PTSD. And that was a big part of the reason why she posted on X what she did.
Yeah, I think that there was this Lucy Connolly, Tory councillor's racist wife. She was demonised. It suited Keir Starmer and the British state to demonise her, I think. And what's coming out now is the more human side that you know about, Dan, I know about. Obviously, Ray's told us about that she lost her baby aged 19 months and is easily triggered by the suffering, let alone death of children. So the brutal murder of 3 little girls in Southport on that July day had a catastrophic triggering effect on her. I think she was in a state of great anxiety when you got home, wasn't she? She was
Yeah, I couldn't get in the house. No. She'd left the key half turned, but I went in there. Obviously, she was in a bit of a state. She was.
And it was just so clear with all of her evidence today that the reason she agreed to plead guilty, number one, she wasn't in a great state of mind. She didn't have the correct medication. She wasn't quite sure what she was actually signing away. And you were shocked, right? Even as her husband, you didn't know. But it was simply because she wanted to return home to your daughter as quickly as possible.
Yeah, of course. She just felt she'd been watching the reports at prison, and she'd listened to the Prime Minister and whatever, giving out his speeches, and she just felt everybody was turning against her, and she was in a no-win situation. But her legal had pretty much said, it's a no-win situation for you, and so she took the damage limitation route, which was to get home as early as she can, as opposed to going in for into a front of a jewellery.
The absolute key moment for me, though, Allison, was when the barrister asks Lucy, what was going through your head? What did you post on X? And she was absolutely abundantly clear that she was not in any way attempting to stir up racial hatred, which is, of course, what she went down for.
Well, as Ray has said, she's not a racist. She was a childminder to children from all corners of the world, and has wonderful glowing references from the immigrant parents. And absolutely, I think the key to this hearing today is that she absolutely thought she wasn't pleading. She wanted to plead guilty because she wanted to have a shorter sentence and get out to be back at home with Ray and their 12-year-old daughter. But she didn't realise that she was actually pleading guilty to a much more serious charge, inciting serious violence. And in fact, she specifically, Dan, after the riot started to kick off, Lucy posted and said, this is not the way. We need to have an intelligent discussion with lots of us need to come together and talk about these issues in a serious, articulate way. So she very much clearly made that absolutely clear. She was not stirring up serious violence. In fact, she was appalled by the violence.
Well, indeed, Ray, even before the police came to question Lucy at all, she had posted numerous new tweets where she said exactly that, didn't she? Where she said she didn't agree with the riots. She said that it was violence, not protest. And she actually said quite critically, those people are playing into the hands of the establishment and the mainstream media.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, she wanted, even general discussion, she was looking forward to trying to get her phone back, because obviously that had the evidence, and she was always thinking at one time she'd have to defend herself with those text messages, but the police destroyed her phone, so she lost all that.
Okay, just finally, Ray, what is the plan either way? So if Lucy is released today, what is the plan? And if she's not, what is the plan?
Oh, well, if she's released today, obviously,
Hallelujah.
We have to
You're
do
reunited.
a lot of rebuilding. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I'll send her with a daughter, because there's obviously going to be a detachment, and I need them to try and get themselves back on track. If she's not released today, Lucy's strong. She'll cry. She'll be upset. But she'll bounce back. She always do. The girls will look after her in the prison, and we'll wait until her release date on the August, and then she will be out, and hopefully then she'll start to defend herself, and because she will.
But Alison, something that we believe is very important, and we know so many of the Outspoken audience will feel is very important, is that we want to do something to help. And so many people have asked us, haven't they, over the past few weeks, what can we do to help? So there is now a crowdfunder to rebuild Lucy's life.
Yes, Ray is much too proud to talk about this, but he's had to sell the car and other bits and pieces. Things have been quite tight because they've lost Lucy's income. So what we would like to do, you and I and all the supporters, is to get a cushion from this crowdfunder so that when Lucy comes out, she's not going to have to dash into something immediately. She can build, back that bond that Ray talked about with their daughter, who's been really distraught and, has been really, really suffering. So please, doesn't matter however little, if you can make a donation via the crowdfunder, which you and I feel very strongly about. I just want to say, Dan, sitting there watching her so composed, doing her best, I'm sorry, I know it's not the law, but I'm thinking, what the hell are you doing in prison? This is madness. It's a person who tweeted something. It was up for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and it was intemperate and angry and nasty. And she thought better of it because she's a good person and she doesn't deserve. We've seen people in the last few months who have viewed the most serious paedophile images, walking away from court with a suspended sentence. So what is Lucy Connolly doing with a 31 months prison sentence?
Absolutely. I was watching Lucy in court today and I just thought, this is the best of British, and her incarceration actually shames Britain.
Really
so we've got to hope for the right result today. But Lucy Connolly needs to be freed. She's a political prisoner, and there are many others, but this is a start. So thank you so much, Alison, and good luck, Ray.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.